Tonight, I have my camera turned towards my cards as getting ready for bed. I'm heading to bed a little earlier so I can have some time to journal, to do a little reading, some journaling, do a nice nature meditation. And so I just wanted to come. These were some new cards that I got today, actually. They're new, but I have the original deck. This is another one that deck of cards. It's called the Sedona deck and Oracle cards. A dear friend of mine regifted her cards, as my circle of spiritual friends love to do, to pass it on. It's an honor to receive something. She's in spirit, but I've used them for 15 years, and so I went online and found this updated same deck, but looks a little different. So I'm sorry for the glare, but like I said, I just wanted to come on tonight and just kind of do a little impromptu. This is the card that I chose. This is Airport Mesa. There's a small airport that is very close to the downtown area. It's for, small planes. I don't know how big, but it's certainly not, not commercial by any means. And helicopters that fly out of the area. And it's up a mountain road, and this is just something I had out. I thought I would just show you what I was looking at tonight. I have a lot of these little cards. I'm trained as a massage therapist, and I've done a lot of hands-on and energetic healing, tuning forks. But some of the things that I fell in love with are just fascinated by some of the beautiful art and science here of the different parts of the foot, and would be the study of reflexology. It's something that you can use. What's nice about it is it works wonderfully for self-healing. Even just holding your foot and giving it a nice rub, a nice little massage. If there's an area that's sore, to do circles around it one way and then the other way, and just be gentle with your foot. And sometimes it's fun to say, I remember in the really early days, I'd be like, oh, I have a sore spot here. It's like, oh, that's, my neck. You'd be like, well, that is interesting because that does align with my neck. So you just kind of have to have, I would say, have an open mind and heart, explore, have fun. If there's anyone in your environment that's like, oh, you're looking at that's so strange, I think you have to put it away, and you have to have your own time so that no one gets to step on the baby grass that you're growing, is what I would say. You get to have your own experience. I wanted to show you some of these cards too, because I do have that second YouTube channel that I started. And so we're still working towards getting our 50 so that we can do lives. And, I'm going to do more of my esoteric things there. We'll do more of healing. We'll do some more laughing and crying together. And then we'll have some more things that will come out of interactions in that group. We'll have opportunities to do, Zoom sessions. So it'll be private. Different things that we can do, things that we can explore together. And having raised, my children, and they're reaching that launching, ready to launch stage. If you've ever seen that movie, that's not a good idea. Failure to launch, actually, it's kind of funny, but that idea of getting your kids ready to launch, giving them the ingredients, giving them the toolbox, or at least laying it out, giving them the instructions, providing it for them. And then it's up to them to get those ideas together and to take that box and do what they will with it, right? Or to create their own, or whatever they want to do. But as parents, to me and my husband, it's always been more of a buffet. It's been more of a, here are the different things that we would suggest that you choose from. And having a more eclectic approach, a more diverse approach, knowing our loved ones as we have since before they came into our lives and came into our lives. Really beautiful connections. So those are some of the things that I'm thinking of. These are some of the challenges that we have in our own life as we are looking to be empty nesters. I told my oldest that since the day they were born, I'd been preparing every day for the days in which they will leave, because I want them to have the freedom. I want them to go anywhere in the world that they want to go. And I don't want them to feel that I have any kind of strings attached to them, or that I would be sad for the choices that they made, because I knew that I provided what it is I wanted to provide, and that I knew that I wanted to have the freedom when I was their age, that I wanted to have that support, and I really needed that support. So, it is one way of passing on something to the next generation, but not what I received, something better, right? The next step. It's very interesting. So, let's see. The other thing I wanted to show you here is this card. So I picked up one of the cards. Let's see if I can get some of that glare off. So this is called Airport Mesa, and I talked a little bit about it. When I first started going to Sedona was 2006, and I went there on retreat. And my short story is that my spiritual group and our spiritual teacher took us to the island of Kauai in Hawaii. And we went there for 3 retreats. And I loved it. I was so excited. I'd really never been to Hawaii. I lived in California, Southern California, the first 18 years of my life. And my friends, for their high school graduation, it was actually quite reasonable. A whole group flew for high school graduation, went on a trip to Hawaii. But I didn't have the money, and I wasn't able to save it up in time, so I wasn't able to go. So I was a little bit disappointed, but I was a little distracted, because when I graduated high school, my parents moved to back to Chicago, where they wanted to be. And at 18 years old, I didn't realize I had to figure out college and everything on my own. I didn't realize that. So anyway, I did. And my other video talks about the story and my journey of how that came about. Hi, Watermelon VR. How are you tonight? So I just want to tell you this little experience I had when I went to Sedona. So what I did is I drew from this new deck of cards that I got, and I said, okay, I'm going to draw a card, and whatever card I draw, I'm going to see what comes up. So when I was in, this was in 2006. So I'm going to try to make this brief, because it has some pieces to it, but I just mentioned that I went to Hawaii. Okay, so when I graduated college, my parents surprised me with a trip to Hawaii. And I took my aunt with me. And my aunt and I were very close. My aunt and I is a tarot card reader. She's a professional belly dancer and teacher, and just really somebody who is very much like me, a free spirit, likes the spiritual, intuitive arts, is very creative. We have our own different arenas. It was really a wonderful connection. So that's what I took. Anyway, 2006. So 2000 and probably 3 or 4, my teacher started going to Sedona, because she wanted to do more Native American training and retreats. And so she wanted to take us to some sacred sites. However, I didn't want to go. I decided that she could go to the desert and the community could go, and not that many people were going. It wasn't a big retreat. It was a handful of people, a group of people. And by the time I went, I think we ended up being a nice sum of 20 people. So 20 of us went to the desert. And again, like I said, I wasn't really happy about that, but I loved the teachings. I had always imagined for myself going on vacation with all my closest friends. These were people in my spiritual community, and people carpooled in from Michigan and from Indiana and from all different parts of Illinois in order to come to classes. And so we didn't interact a lot of us outside of class, because we were usually there. It was quite intense class. We might have a dinner and go home, or have a weekend class, but it was quite intense. There wasn't a lot of free time. You didn't get to hang out. You didn't get to catch up. It was more on task, on the training, what it is that we were doing. And that was beautiful for what it was. But going on retreat, there was some built-in time for going out and enjoying things, some free time together. It was beautiful walking the streets of Sedona and running into other people that were there on retreat with us. Really a lot of fun. So that same year, I told one of my other aunts that I was going to Sedona for the first time. And she said, well, my sister, your other aunt, is going to be there at the same time. Now, this is the aunt that I took to Hawaii when I graduated college. And we hadn't spoken to each other, really spoken to each other actually in a couple of years. I'd gone on to do other things, other places in the world, and she'd gone on to do other things. And so it wasn't unnatural. However, it was really, really amazing that we were really there. So I called her and I said, are you going? Here's the dates I'm going to be in Sedona. Are you really going? And she's like, yeah, I'm going to meet a friend and we're going to be camping there. And so we arranged to meet up and we had one day and one night together when we were in Sedona. And so I have some pictures and I have them posted on my Facebook page. I'll see if I can post one maybe on the community page. But anyway, I'm excited to tell some of these stories about my retreats and my ups and downs of going on vacation to this wonderful place.